It's now my great pleasure to introduce Peyton Lewis. Peyton, a native of Stockbridge, Georgia, is a journalism major with a minor in communications and a new media certificate. During her time at Grady College, Peyton worked as a technical manager at Grady News Source and served as a Grady ambassador. Additionally, she was a news reporter for the Athens Journal at WUOG, participated in the Cox Institute Mobile News Lab, and was a member of Di Gamma Kappa, UGA's Professional Broadcast Society. Peyton interned for Joy FM's radio team in the summer of 2018, where she worked on storytelling through mediums such as radio and social media. During the summer of 2019, she worked as a news intern at 11 Alive. After graduation, Peyton aspires to work as an investigative reporter. In the short term, she's weighing her options between the Disney College program or beginning her career in journalism. That's an interesting sort of yin-yang. Peyton also holds an associate's degree in communication from Gordon State College. Ladies and gentlemen, Peyton Lewis.
Sorry. Wow, you're a little bit taller than me. Okay. Good afternoon, family, friends, and the class of 2019. I am so honored and excited to be here, and this moment feels more bittersweet than I could have ever imagined. But it also feels oddly familiar. This is the moment at the edge of the roller coaster drop, the beginning of the race, and the countdown to the queue. I remember the day my dad and I came to tour UGA. I was excited about most everything, but especially seeing Grady College. I had heard so many stories about how godlike and stoic the professors were, and how one day they would turn me into a real journalist. However, my university tour did not stop at the Grady College, so my dad and I broke the rules a little. We snuck into Studio 100, and although I didn't see much, I could feel that this was a very special place. Somewhere deep inside myself, a little voice whispered, "This is where you're meant to be." That day, I decided to devote the next years of my life trying to get to Grady. That tiny taste was all I needed. I was strapped into the roller coaster and ready to go. As soon as I became an official student at UGA, I immediately tried to worm my way into all things Grady. I poked my head into random classrooms and offices to say hello. I started talking to other Grady students about the struggle of Dr. Solosky's intro class. I joined clubs and eventually met my forever family in a place called Grady News Source. The day I got into Grady was one of the proudest days of my life. I got an email with a bold caption saying acceptance, and everyone on my hallway in my freshman dorm found out because of my excited screaming and awkward dancing. Things were finally moving along the way I'd always hoped. My time at Grady was difficult every now and then, but also the most thrilling time of my life so far. Every day, I would walk through those double doors and see a friendly face that was happy to see me too. For the first time in my life, I finally felt where I was exactly where I needed to be. I learned and grew into the person you see before you today, but only because of the people in that big and confusing building. As I leave you today, I would like to share a few pieces of advice that I learned throughout my journey as a Grady student. Number one, wide, medium, tight, tight, tight. Those of you who have taken a production class in Grady may have heard this video pattern before. I was in Professor Shumway's video class, where he talked about focusing on the details. Even though it's kind of strange, I feel like this can be applied to our personal lives. The little pattern of videoing that I often whisper to myself when I'm out in the field reporting also taught me to appreciate the little things and the tiny moments of joy in life, the same way an audience appreciates a good, tight shot. My next piece of advice comes from my photojournalism class. When I was in Professor Johnson's intro class, he spoke to us about making portrait photos out in the community. He told me and my class about a woman who came in to a community center and began crying hysterically after getting her portrait taken. When he asked her what was wrong, she said she finally had something to give her mom for Christmas. This story reminds me to consistently be compassionate and kind towards others, because you never know what someone else is going through. And finally, always reach back. Throughout my time at Grady, I found so many people that were willing to take the time out of their personal lives and their day to help me out. It was so nice to know that I would always have someone in my corner to mentor me and to grow me, and I think we should all strive to be that person for someone else. To Professor Vasileva, Shumway, Cantrell, Gallant, Johnson, Johnston, Hume, Rhodes, Peters, Bright, Herndon, Mr. Black, Mr. Chris, Professor Biddle, Michaelis, and my ambassador family, thank you all for seeing the potential in me that I couldn't see in myself. I can never truly thank you enough for the memories and the experiences and preparing me for my future. To my Grady family, thank you all for being so good to me. I love you guys. Thank you for struggling with me and for laughing with me and teaching me and becoming my chosen family. I wish you all the best in your lives and your careers. Congratulations. Thank you.